Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm on my way home. Weather has been kind of mild the past couple days over the Easter holidays. By the way, I hope everybody had a great Easter. But the weather got kind of mild here, which is normal. We usually get one last little, I guess you could call it a cold spell before, the hot weather starts kicking in. But the temperature is slowly going up. It's only 75 today, which is not hot to us here. That's a mild day here. We do have some more rain on Wednesday and Thursday of this week, and then after that, the weather report shows that it's going to jump up almost into the 90s starting next week. So I expect things to really take off next week. But I did have a couple service calls come in late this afternoon. Nothing came in this morning, but around noon I had a couple come in. I just got done with those, nothing exciting. Anyway, I've been wanting to shoot this blog for a while. There's been a lot of discussion on Facebook, on the Facebook groups, for the ones of you that follow the Facebook groups. And what I want to talk about today is Copeland scroll compressors versus LG scroll compressors. Because as we all know, if you sell ICP, if you sell Carrier, Bryant, Aries, Armstrong, hell, even if you sell Train and American Standard, and the Train and the hardcore Train and American Standard guys, they're going to deny this, but they can deny it all they want. I know it. I've seen it because I actually put in an American Standard system for a customer a couple years ago, and the only reason that I did it was because he wanted a Train. Well, I can't get Train no more. I'm not a dealer. Train's very strict, and we don't have a Train supply house here, but we do have an American Standard supply house here, and the American Standard store will let me buy their XB, which are, I don't know if American Standard calls it that, but they'll let me, but it's equivalent to Train's XB condenser. They'll let me buy their low-end XB stuff. So anyway, so I buy one, and I unbox it, and I look down, and I see a black compressor, and I'm like, oh shit, looky here. Is American Standard using Copeland now? I look down, no, it was an LG. It was an LG compressor. So anyway, if you use any of those brands, and I'm sure there's more, sometimes you don't know what you're going to see. You might see a Copeland, you might see an LG. Now, I sell two brands. This is the first time I've ever really offered two brands, but I'm selling Ring and I'm selling Comfort Maker because I love ICP. I will probably never give up ICP because ICP has been so good to me. But the bad thing about ICP is, and I don't know if it's a bad thing, that's what this discussion is about. I don't know until I open the box if I'm going to get an LG or a Copeland. Now, the only way that I know for sure is if I go above 14 SEER. If I sell and I do mostly heat pumps, but I don't, and as most of you know, I don't do two-stage. So, the highest SEER you can go on a heat pump with ICP without going two-stage is 15 SEER. On straight cool, you can go to 16 SEER and stay single stage. So, I don't do a whole lot of straight cools though, but I do them every now and then. So if I sell a straight cool 16 SEER or a heat pump 15 SEER, I know for a fact that I'm going to get a Copeland. For some reason, they always have a Copeland, but I sell mostly 14 SEER, and 9 times out of 10 on the 14 SEER, I'm going to get an LG. I put in a Comfort Maker condenser and coil the other day. It was a straight cool. It was one of the neighborhoods in town that does have gas. We don't have very many of them, but there are a few. The furnace was in perfect shape. There was no reason to change it, but the system had multiple refrigerant leaks in the evaporator, and the service valves on the condensing unit were leaking, and it was just time to update, and the customer agreed. So I put in a Comfort Maker condensing unit with a ADP upflow coil, and And you know, of course, when I unboxed it, you know, it was an LG. So anyway, I've seen guys on the Facebook page say, "Oh, that LG's a piece of junk. I've had multiple failures, blah blah blah." And believe me, and I'm not dogging y'all when I say that. You know, I'm just, you know, but here's my thing. I have hundreds of ICPs out there. I mean, a lot of them. And knock on, I don't have wood in the truck, but knock on something. I have never had an LG fail on me. Never. Now, to me, they run smooth. When they start up, they're quiet. They run really smooth. They're not noisy. To me, they're just as quiet as the Copeland. So, as far as me, I don't have anything against LG compressors because they haven't done me wrong. I mean, and you know, I know some of you are probably saying, yeah, not yet they haven't done you wrong. But I had a discussion with a guy on one of the Facebook groups that said that I think he was a comfort maker. He sold Comfort Maker also, along with another brand. Maybe it was one of the ISP brands he sold, or maybe it was Tipstar. But anyway, that's besides the point. And he told me I think he said he had one within 6 months down, and then within a year. Not me. The ones I've put in, you know, I've got some out there that are, you know, when they started using LG at, you know, 2.5, 3 years old, and I know that's still young, but I'm not having failures within 6 months to a year. It hasn't happened to me yet. It also hasn't happened with Copeland. I mean, I've got ICPs out there that are probably over 6 years old, 7 years old, you know, because I was putting in ICP when I worked for my dad, and I haven't worked for my dad in 6 years. So I've got ICPs out there from when I worked for my dad and for when I worked for myself. And like I said, it's been over 6 years since I worked for my dad. Now, all those have Copelands in them because they were 13 SEER. And they're still kicking too. So I know my good buddy of mine here on YouTube, Chuck, which has Comfort Plus Heating and Cooling. He sells Aries, which is the same thing as Armstrong, made by Allied, which is owned and made by Lennox. He told me he loves them. He said he has not had one issue with them, and I feel the same way. On the previous video, y'all saw that airflow condensing unit, which is, again, it's a Lennox with a different sticker. Y'all saw where the compressor was leaking on the shell. So, you know, a lot of people said, y'all just weld it. Well, you know, if it would have been out of warranty, yeah, but this thing was in warranty. So, I got a replacement compressor. The compressor that I took out was a Copeland. The compressor that Lennox Parts Plus sent me was a LG. So, what does that tell you? I don't know. Maybe they're having good luck with them. Carriers even use them out because, you know, I'm still a Carrier dealer, even though I don't sell Carrier. I mean, I sell Carrier every now and then because the customer they want a brand. Every now and then you'll get that customer that wants a brand name, you know, and I still have an account with Carrier, and I'm still a Carrier dealer. And Carrier units, you know, even though ICP is the same damn thing, but the Carrier ones with the Carrier round oval, they have LGs in them. The Bryants have LGs in them. The Paynes have LGs in them. ICP, Training American Standard, even though I know there's going to be some Training American Standard guys on here that are going to say, no, they don't. Well, yeah, they do. Sorry, but they do. And I think Justin Henning can vouch for that too, because he works for his boss, the company he works for, they sell nothing but American Standard. And I believe Justin told me that, if I'm not mistaken, Justin, correct me if I'm wrong, But I believe he told me that even like what do they call it? The Alliance, the step above the, well, they used to call it that. Now they call it the Gold or the Silver. The Silver Series is the B model, and then the Gold Series used to be what American Standard called the Alliance and the Heritage if it was a heat pump. Justin even told me that the higher end ones, the Alliance, had LGs in them also. So, so I've seen them in American Standard and Train. Justin has seen them in American Standard. So, Train guys, it's kind of hard for y'all to deny it, but basically what I'm looking for is your thoughts, how do you guys feel about LG compressors? Do you think they're okay? How's your, do you sell a piece of equipment? Are you an ICP dealer? Train, American Standard, Carrier, Bryant, What's been your experience with them? So far so good for me. But yeah, let me know what you guys have to say about this. This has been a very interesting topic. A lot of guys are worried. The only thing that worries me about the LG compressors is that I never really noticed. I didn't know where they were made until I did that little airflow unit, because I had never seen an LG up close. I had never got to look at the tag of one because I've never had to replace one. But when Lennox sent me, I thought I was going to get another Copeland. But when Lennox Parts Plus sent me that LG in its place, I opened the box and I was like, oh shit, this is an LG. So I was interested to look at the tag on it and read up, and it even came with some instructions and all that, and I read up on it. There's a big old thing right at the bottom of it that says made in Korea. So that would be my concern with LG, that it's made in Korea. So, but, then again, like I said, so far so good for me. Let me know what you guys think. Even if you don't sell a piece of equipment that has LG compressors, like now my Rheem equipment, no LG. My distributor said that Rheem refuses to use anything but Copeland Scroll, which is fine by me because I love Copeland Scroll. I think it's the best compressor on the market. So I'm fine with that. So if you do sell a brand that, and like Goodman, and that's a shocker to me. Now I don't know. I haven't sold Goodman in about 3 years. I mean, I've sold a Goodman here and there, for a budget job, but they all had Copelands in them. So I don't know if Goodman and Amana are using LGs. I can't answer that question. But as far as I know, and if anybody out there sells Goodman and Amana on a regular basis, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But as far as I know, Goodman and Amana are strictly Copeland Scroll. And so if you do sell a brand that does not use LG, let me know if how you feel, and would you sell a brand that has LG? And the guys that do sell Carrier, Bryant, ICP, Train, American Standard, blah, 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 blah. Let me know what y'all's experience has been with the LGs. I think this will be a good discussion. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.